also just the fact that it's the same for both teams, so I assume
Yeah.
advantage in your minds for how quickly trip's going.
We do this a lot. It seems like we come off the West Coast all the time and come home and play a game, so we're used to the long flight and playing the next day.
McDavid and Draisaitl are going to get theirs eventually on the power play, just the nature of the beast. But how have you felt about the way you've defended them 5-on-5 in the series?
Yeah, reasonably well. I think they're still going to generate some action. I think the even strength chances are pretty tight, like through 4 games. We had 2 different analytics group, and so you probably always value the other team's chances more than your own if you watch enough hockey, but when you look at the numbers, this is tight. I mean, it's 2-2, that's right. 3 of them are overtime, that's probably right. That's the way it goes.
How much have you been able to watch last night's game?
Yeah, well, I'll do it all on the plane too.
Right, yeah.
I won't watch it, yeah.
Paul, on that, obviously, like you said, in a series like this is so tight, each team's going to have their moments of domination. How do you go about, on your end, maximizing those moments, and on the opposite end, kind of trying to subdue theirs?
Just understand that neither one of them is permanent, right? If you're rolling, it's not going to look like that for 60, and if they're on you, you don't need to panic in that game because it's coming back to you at some point. So it's both teams have enough puck control that when they get some action, they can hang on to it a little bit. So they're not. There hasn't been as many changes of possession as quickly in this series, maybe in others.
When you talked last night about it being like Christmas, what is that feeling on a bench when there's so much on the line and one loose puck can be the difference?
Oh, you're as wired as probably every fan is, right? I think it's actually easier for the players. The easiest for the group is the players. They get to go out and burn it off on the ice, and then maybe a little bit easier for the coaches and the managers. And as it spreads out to people who watch it in front of their TV, I mean, you're wired. So that's why these days are so important, that you can come down from them, kind of rest, relax, and then wind her back up tomorrow.
Looking at the goalie change last night, how much did that? Do you feel like, did it change anything there, or was it just the way they came out for the second?
No, I don't think I noticed the impact on it. I mean, I think he made some saves for sure, as I thought that Skinner had, and yeah, man, we certainly don't have a different playbook for goalies. We do it pretty good at the start of the year, start of the series, and away we go.
After Game 3, you talked about both teams flushing it. It was a one-sided game. Is Game 4 another game you flush or learn from a little more?
No, we go through it every day. We'll go through it, and then we move on from it once it's done.
I know you haven't studied the tape yet, but well, from the bench, could you see differences between Games 1 and Game 4 insofar as, like, Game 1 you iced the puck a lot, when you had the
Right.
lead, right? Do you see differences between that blown lead and this blown lead?
No, this one is unusual second goals maybe. First one's a power play goal, kind of gets you back, gets them going. I just don't feel that you're sitting on it. We're not sitting on it for 40 minutes thinking that we're gonna go. I think that the team that's behind risk profile changes a little bit. Right, you get 4 up the ice quite a bit more. You're down the wall quite a bit more. You're not as worried about the result of a bad play because you need one. That changes, yeah.
One of the things I've appreciated about you in this series is you've been sticking up for the goalies. Like, the numbers tell you one story, but you watch these games and it's a lot different, eh?
But I'm not asking if I'm right. Does it not feel
I
like
think
that to
you're
you? Like,
completely right.
Sergey made some big saves last
Yeah.
night. So did Skinner in the games, and sometimes the changes. The goaltending's been right on, and I don't think you look at a regular season when it's a 5-4 game, you're not very happy. I don't think anybody's cheating the game out there. Right there, there's nobody being lazy on the back check. They're just 2 really powerful offensive teams.
You've said you're not a goalie guy necessarily, but like, are there numbers that you've seen that indicate that these guys are playing better than maybe their traditional stats would indicate?
No, I don't do any analytics on goaltending. It's all chances for and against. I mean, the A chances off one of the reports last night are really high. It's in the teens for both teams, about even, but really high. So a little bit more I guess defending is the key to the next one.
You guys have kind of, over these last couple of years, trained yourselves and prepared yourselves for series to potentially go long. You've had success in series that have gone long. When you guys have had success in these deep series, has it come from experience? Has it come from conditioning? Has it come from a little bit of a combination?
I think all those play a factor, but there's an excitement for both teams that'll build as you get toward the end. It was a grinder. I don't know what our number is, but it's into the 300 and teens. So you actually find more energy toward the end of a series because there's not another one after this.
Yeah, looking at that, I mean, max 3 games. If you've had a little
Yeah,
countdown going,
That's
then
it.
three. It's
Right.
all it can be. What's it like to knowing that one way or another, it's
It's the part of why Game 7s are so great, right? There's so much emotion there. You get the best of energy out of both teams. They're not gaming for the next one. You're not minimizing ice times. You're running hard.
They made a slew of lineup changes for Game 4. Are you contemplating any for yourself for Game 5?
No, none.
You
We're
said-
healthy.
You said a couple years ago you're sort of enjoying like at least 4 more games with this group or 5 more games with this group. How much have you enjoyed this group? I'm not saying more or less than any other year, but like the sort of building of being with a lot of these guys for 3 years and sort of the enjoyment of the whole group together and new faces and all that.
They're like each one of your kids, right? They're all different. You love them all. What you like is the shared experiences. So when you walk into a room after a tough loss for the next game, you can point out 3 or 4 times that's happened before. This is how we dealt with it. So that memory and those experiences that they've shared together really help at these times.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, guys, thank you. Thanks for coming to the
like
Yeah, got some movies, got some books, maybe a little sleep.
just a little bit about last night. I mean, you guys 3 overtime games now in this series. What's it like playing in those pressure packed? I mean, where anything can happen and there's so much weight on them.
Yeah, but I think when you're in a game, like you don't think about that. Like you just go with the flow. And like yesterday, obviously we had a good lead after first, and it's tough to give that up. But for sure we'll learn from it and moving forward.
What kind of changed last night in that second period to turn the tide for them?
I think they started pushing harder. They started playing better, so they scored some goals and got the momentum there. But I think third period was good by us. Like we had some good moments there.
When your energy is being put into defending McDavid and Draisaitl, has it been harder for you in the series to maybe get to your own offensive game?
It's tough to say. Like obviously you need to know when those 2 guys are on the where they are on the ice. So of course you're trying to have your head on a swivel, but I think I could be better for sure.
What is it like playing in these games where you sort of have a push from them, a push from you guys, and it's sort of like a back and forth kind of riding the waves? What's it like playing in a series like that?
Yeah, that means there are 2 good teams playing against each other, and both teams are playing with their strengths. So we've had good moments, they've had good moments. So all we gotta do is learn from. For example, yesterday we gotta learn from that game a lot, and take the good things to the game tomorrow, and learn from the things that we can do a little better.
At this point, you know the series is going to go at least 6 games, and you guys have had some success in long series. When a series goes long, what's the biggest key? Is it does it go back to your experience? Is it a conditioning thing? What's the biggest focus in a long series?
Both of those for sure, but I think at the same time just stick with it, stick with our game plan, stick with what we're doing, and like I said earlier, just learn from what we can do a little better and take the good things from previous games and take them to the next game.
Did the goalie change affect anything last night?
Not our game plan. Obviously, he played really well. He scored. He saved some big scoring chances, but it doesn't change what we're trying to do on the ice.
Did you see a change in how they played in front of him? Because it did seem like they might have been collapsing a little bit more around him than they were in front of Skinner.
I don't know. Like obviously, second period was good period by them. Like they played really well offensively, and we didn't get much going offensively as well. But all we gotta do is just concentrate on the next one.
You've been through this before. When you look around the room, is there any messaging you give, or do you know, hey, everyone's been through this before with you guys the last few years?
I think we're very, very well experienced. We know how it needs to be done, and but yeah, like everyone need to bring their best to the next game.
And you're going to Edmonton, obviously, it's going to be a crazy environment tomorrow night. But you guys have been, this is year number 3 of going to those kind of places. Does that help you guys as far as handling that, do you think?
Yeah, for sure, and we're excited. It's going to be a great atmosphere once again. They know how to cheer, so it's going to be loud and fun.
How does a short turnaround either help or hurt after coming off another overtime game? Does it help or hurt either team that you only don't have another extra day in between?
Yeah, of course it's tough, like, to jump on the plane the next day. Like, feels like.
Gus, you know this series is at least going to take 6 games here, and I know you guys train all season long for series that could potentially go the distance. What is it about your team's group that you think lends itself most to being ready for that situation?
Yeah, that's our mindset always. We're always playing for that game 7, and we're gonna keep working hard, and like I said, our mindset is still 7.
Gus, from your perspective, how did things get away from you guys in the second period last night?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously didn't like our second period. They took some momentum and really capitalized on that, and that's hockey though. It's big swings, but I think we did a good job coming back and took it to overtime.
Were you surprised at the way that they sort of bounced back, because they were flat the whole game 3, first period yesterday, and then all of a sudden, poof, they were back?
Not really. They're a very good team over there, and got some really good players, and that's like I said, it's quick turns, and they capitalized on some of the stuff that we didn't like that we did, but we feel confident coming into the next game here.
You guys have been in a lot of these situations with a 2-2 series. What makes your group so good at handling, sort of compartmentalizing into now it's a 3-game series?
Yeah, like I said, I think our mindset is always playing for that game 7, even though sometimes it's not going to be 7 games, but that's always our mindset. So we're calm and confident, and if we play our game, we know we're gonna win most games.
How much after a game like that are you moving on, or are you looking at it and then trying to, consider, well, we've been through this before?
I mean, we're a very confident group over there, and I'm sure we're gonna watch some video on stuff that we can do better and execute on. And the good thing is we got a game tomorrow night, so we're ready to bounce back.
Quick turnaround, a good thing?
Yes, yeah, we're very excited to get back. Nice flight today, and then get ready for tomorrow.
3 overtime games in this series. What's that pressure like, where anything can happen at any point, and these games have so much weight to them? Yeah,
I mean, it's so fun. You're trying to enjoy it as much as you can, stay focused, but there's nothing better than overtime. It's very exciting. Yeah, we like it.
Extreme highs and lows, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's your heart rate goes up and down, and you think it's over, and then it's not. It's a lot of fun for players, and I think for the fans too.
What's the fun of knowing you're going into a sort of a road atmosphere, given you guys have played so well in the road all playoffs?
Yeah, it's going to be loud. It's going to be pressure on both teams, and we're excited to get on the road, and we know it's going to be quick pace, and like I said, that building is very loud.
Any more questions? All right, thanks.